Learn how to overcome the cycle of burnout, busyness, and false progress, and how to construct a life that genuinely progresses forward. Here is an introduction to the concept of the lie of constant motion. With a sense of urgency already present in your chest, you awaken. You view your alerts by scrolling. You immediately begin working on your chores. You respond to direct messages, post content, plan, adjust, rush, and run. You also answer emails. You are so fatigued that you go into bed at night, only to find yourself wondering, what exactly did I manage to accomplish? That is not a sign of laziness. Your ambition is not lacking in any way. What's more, you're putting in more effort than you ever have before. But even so, something is lacking. You're exhausting yourself to the point of exhaustion, and you're not making any progress that matters. There is no failure here. This is an example of a loop, a vicious cycle consisting of working in circles, putting one's energy into activities that have no clear sense of direction, and being active without making any progress. And now is the time to be done, when the hustle turns into a hamster wheel. The first part of this series is titled The Illusion of Progress. We have a culture that has conflated hard work with achievement. Everyone has been telling you to work harder, stay up later, answer questions more quickly, and hustle more as if action is equivalent to momentum. It is important to note, however, that there is a significant distinction between movement and progress. The fact that you are exhausted does not necessarily mean that you have made progress. This does not mean that your life is full of purpose, simply because your day was packed with activities. The hustle loop is described as following: we take on too much because we are afraid of falling behind. We keep ourselves busy so that we do not feel like we have not done anything. You do an infinite list of tasks that do not bring you any closer to achieving your genuine objectives. You do not assess your worth by how aligned you feel, rather you measure it by how weary you are. There is a sense that you are working hard to achieve success. Nevertheless, you are only digging the same hole deeper and more quickly. 2. The cost of running in circles emotional support. It is not a waste of time to work in circles, it is also fruitless. The clarity, peace, and individuality that you have will gradually be destroyed by it. First, exhaustion without any breakthroughs. The entire day, you expend energy, but you never feel like your tank is full. How come? This is due to the fact that your work is not in accordance with your genuine desires. It is disorganized, superficial, and driven by anxiety. The output you produce expands. In what way do you mean this comes to an end? 2. A mind in a state of survival function. If you do not provide your brain with clear direction, it will just react. You are always putting out fires for others. What comes after this? Am I falling behind? Should I be doing everything I can? Your capacity to think profoundly, to produce significant things, or to rest comfortably is degraded as a result of this persistent mental chatter. 3. The process of dissolving its identity. When you are in a hurry to keep yourself occupied, you forget to ask yourself, what is it that truly matters to me? You transform into a function. As a brand, it is a calendar, an itemized list. You are unable to even remember how to play, sleep, rest, or ponder. The actual tragedy of modern hustle is that it causes you to become efficient at things that do not fulfill you, and greater than anything else, this is the real sorrow. The third part of this series is titled How to Escape the Hustle Loop, Step by Step. More time is not required for you. A better relationship with time is something you need to work on. You must have clarity, courage, and calm systems. Breaking this pattern is our goal. The first step is to specify your North Star. Without a clear path, every detour feels like it's an emergency. Consequently, you should question yourself, what are the things that I truly wish to go through in my life? In my opinion, what does it feel like to be successful? If I was not attempting to demonstrate anything, what would I do? Now let's go even further. The following is an example of a sentence that can be used to define your North Star. I want a life filled with creativity, peace, and meaningful impact. The third step involves transitioning from busy activity to deep work. Busy work is reactive. Extensive work is done on purpose. Tiredness is a result of a busy job. In-depth labour is a source of pride. Let there be room for output that is meaningful. For 90 minutes, set aside time that is free from distractions. Disable notifications. Maintain a browser with a single tab. Concentrate on one project at a time during each session. If you were to perform simply one extremely valuable task each day, your week would be completely different. The number of hours you need to work is not the same as the number of leaks in your focus. In the fourth step, the strategic rest is installed. Your brain can't work solely on pressure. The practice of intentionally resting oneself is the source of genuine inventiveness, clarity, and emotional regulation. Put in place screen-free mornings, walks without podcasts or phones, journaling before bed, and one entire day offline per week are all examples of activities that can be included in this list. Those who are feeble should not rest. The wise can reset their brains and come back with strength through this process. The fifth step is to design systems rather than sprints. If you are dependent on daily motivation, you are already falling behind. Design systems, on the other hand, planning for the week on Sundays, the top 3 priorities for each day, monthly re-evaluation of goals in comparison to reality, reflection sessions lasting 30 minutes on Friday evenings. Hype is less important than habits. Freedom is equal to structure. Finding a way out of the hustling circle does not include quitting your job. Making sure that your work contributes to the creation of a life that you genuinely want is the key. You will start to get. It is important to wake up with clarity rather than panic, to create with conviction rather than comparison, to rest without feeling guilty, to choose to say no with love and to say yes to what is important. It is not a productivity hack to do this. It is a way of life that is guided by purpose, one founded on tranquility rather than coercion, not performance but rather purpose, the legacy, not the likes. The final word is that it is time to go forward rather than going around in circles. There is no stopping the culture of hustle. The apps are going to continue to buzz. To the extent that you can burn out, the world will always reward burnout. But what about you? Now you are aware of the trap. See how the loop works. The key is in your possession. Every time you take a moment to pause, reflect, and to proceed in accord, you break free from the ring. You forge a way forward. You will be liberated. Now that we've established that, let's get down to business. What is one thing that you will stop doing this week to recover your direction? Talk to someone who is currently locked in the loop. Let us put an end to our whirling and begin our ascent.